What's up, y'all? Welcome at long last to an LSU Game Day edition of Morning Scone. Can you believe as many days as we've been doing this consecutively, we've never done Morning Scone on an LSU football game day? That is, of course, until today. Fired up. Yesterday was glorious, man. And Drew has already crashed the party, and he is fired up about it. Might as well get it kicked off the right way, huh, bud? Go ahead and crash that camera. Go ahead and crash that camera right from the jump. Hey, let me take that off. Hey, we're gonna say good morning to everybody. We're gonna do this show, and it's gonna be game day, and everybody's gonna be fired up. We're gonna say go Tigers. Let's say good morning to some people, okay? Hey, okay, here we go. All right, everybody, let's do our game day good mornings. Hard to believe it's finally, even with yesterday being the first full day, full slate of games, we still had to wait another day for the Tigers, man. But I'm fired up for today, man. I think LSU's going to win the game today, and I'm excited to see what Joe Burrow looks like. I'm excited to see Steve Ensminger's offense. I'm excited to see Dave Aranda and what wrinkles he'll have in year 3. Excited to see the Tigers get a win over a top 10 team. I'm excited about today, man. Nick Torina, good morning. Val, good morning. Trivia. Robert Boudreaux, good morning. Lori Prophet, good morning. John Call, Matt Boyles, Craig Sandoval. Look at this. The Boudreaux account is watching. So it's game day, so go buy you some Boudreaux. Maybe if you're brunching it, go get some Boudreaux Bloody Mary mix. It's easy. All you got to do is pour some vodka on it, stir and rock. Maybe tonight, rock the Miami Hurricanes. Maybe tonight when you're watching the game, get you the margarita mix. Or if you're hanging out by the pool today, whatever you're doing, make sure you got Boudreaux with you. My dad's watching. You should be at Mass, Pops. What you doing? Let's see. Leroy Blanchard, Kyle Gallo, Stephen Miller. Good morning from Dallas. Stephen, thanks for watching us over there, man. Frank, good morning. I'll tell you what, Drew, Stephen, I'll be honest, man. If you're over in Dallas and you're watching us at 7:20 in the morning, if it were me and I were at that, and I would have been out last night, and I probably would not be watching me this morning. But then again, I was up. I sampled probably about 5 different whiskeys yesterday and just kind of paced myself throughout the day. It was awesome. Just watched football all day. It was such a good day. So we'll talk plenty about yesterday. We'll talk about the game today as well, and the Saints roster cuts, the 53-man roster cuts too. So a lot to get to. Andrew Brister, good morning. Wait 7-8 months for today, right? I mean, the last time LSU played, of course, was on New Year's when they lost to Notre Dame. It's the last time we saw an LSU game. So you've waited 8 full months to get here. You know, it goes so quickly. So enjoy it while it's here. Let's see. Bob, good morning. Stephen Ruckman, good morning. Robbie Compton, good morning. Hi. It's not a party until Drew shows up, and he's here.
Mom.
Seat, Mom. I'm gonna hit the share button. Hopefully y'all will do that as well. Please share this. Let's grow this audience. Let's talk some football today. Mom's sleeping. Adrian Smith, eat 'em up, Tigers. Morning Scone, Stephen Ruckman. Let's see. Can we get Robert's pick? Josh said, can we get... You know, so true story. So for those that watch every morning, Robert is the guy on the Wheel of Fortune episode that Drew likes to watch. I actually tried to find him. I went and watched the episode. When they do the introduction at the episode, they say his last name. So I actually went and tried to find him on Facebook and on Instagram, and so far no luck, but I'm not giving up. Stay tuned. Ryan, good morning. Lenny, good morning. Rusty Gomez, good morning. Hey, y'all. I'm going to let this build. We're about to get cranked up. Kip Kippers, good morning. Garland Harold, good morning. Brandon Browning, what's up, buddy? Tara Shelton. Look at this, great. Lawrence Steele, what's up, Larry? Good to see you, man. And for those asking, yes, whiskey and wine tonight. Me and Jordy Clark. Abba. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9,
10.
10. Yay! Good job, Drew. He just randomly pops in and starts in the middle of the alphabet and then counts to 10. Whatever. Lawrence, you smoking road, bro. Put it down, dog. Come on now. 34-14. Come on, dog. All right, Craig Schilling, good morning. Jamie Hodges. Hey. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna get to your comments. Let me get you a few thoughts from yesterday's action, and then we'll go through your comments so I can let you all stuff. So, observations. I thought Bama was awesome. Watched it regrettably, but the fact there is no quarterback controversy there. I mean, Jalen. Tua led 4 touchdown drives in the first half, like 2 of the first 3 possessions, and they put in Jalen. They punt twice. They put Tua back in. They score right before half. I mean, Tua's the guy. I mean, it was obvious already. It became more obvious last night. And the way what Saban did to Maria Taylor in the post game was just such a dick move. Excuse my language, but it's like, come on, man. Like, and she handled it like a total pro. So good for her. She was awesome. But Bama's Bama. Nobody's gonna beat them, which is depressing. Ole Miss's offense looked awesome. Now, granted, it was against Texas Tech, so you take it with a grain of salt. But it's funny because you thought, like, right, how they're going to look without Shea Patterson. They looked awesome with Jordan Ta'amu yesterday. Oklahoma routed the lane train. By the way, shout out somebody, and I hope whoever you are, you mentioned it here. Somebody called on this show either yesterday or 2 days ago, Nichols beating Kansas. Somebody here did that. And so good, like, first of all, major kudos to Nichols. I mean, I get it, it's Kansas, but when an FCS beats a Power 5 school, that's awesome. So good on you, whoever called it, and awesome for Nichols. Man, what a win. Cade Wassan, who will be up there producing with us on Eagle 98.1 game day. 1:30, by the way. Me and T-Bob, 1:30 all the way up to 6:30. Eagle 98.1 and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. You can watch us as well on the stream. Man, I hope Cade comes down off his bender for the Nichols win last night. A couple of other observations. Good on Matt Canada. What a win considering the circumstances. Equally embarrassing loss for Tom Herman. Look, man, I've been all over the Tom Herman train, and maybe he'll turn that thing around. But man, stop scheduling Maryland. Maybe. Great win for Maryland considering the circumstances. Awful loss for Texas. They got to figure out a way to stop turning the ball over late. It plagued them in 4 games last year against top 10 teams. They've just got to figure that out. Dan Mullen at Florida had a successful debut. Felipe Franks threw for 5 touchdowns. I mean, look, it was, I think, against Charleston Southern, so who cares? But Dan Mullen can coach quarterbacks, y'all. I mean, that's not breaking news. And there's this comment from Scott saying, "Good morning, Matt. Thank goodness Will Greer is no longer with Florida." That's true because Will Greer was awesome. That's the other one was Tennessee. Y'all, Tennessee sucks. Like, they suck, and it's not one of those things where it's like the only thing at this point that could possibly fix Tennessee is recruiting, and they don't, like, Tennessee sucks. That was tough to watch yesterday. Jay says, "Good morning, Scone. How's that awesome boy Drew doing?" Well, you just heard him count to 10, but thank you, Jay. Appreciate you. Matt Boyles tried some poor man's Pappy 18 yesterday. So good. Enjoy, man. It's awesome. Let's see. Kyron Harris, good morning. Brady Hotard, good morning. Jerry Reynolds. I see you have the good tough. I don't know what that means, sorry. Darren Six Killer. What a cool last name. Morning, Matt. Christmas morning. Feels like it, doesn't it? Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. I love it, dude. I love that it's game day. How about the Texas Longhorns? You just talked about them. Let's see. George, yesterday, Tennessee Hillbilly Showdown with West Virginia shows yet another year of disappointment for the Rocky Toppers. Oh, Auburn's the other one. I can't believe I forgot about that. Auburn's defensive front was spectacular. Derek Brown's so good. And if there's, man, I just kept thinking, that's senior quarterback Jake Browning. That's That's a really veteran Washington offense. Hey. Hey. What you doing? Hey, you want to say hi to everybody? No. Hey, Drew. Hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you. Get out of here. No, we're not going to fuss. It's game day. We don't fuss on game day. Hey, there's no fussing on game day. That's a rule. Hey, that's a rule. There's no fussing on game. Oh. So somebody got up at 3 a.m., and then we got him back to sleep, and then he was up at 5:50 a.m. for good. He just couldn't contain himself because it was game day, right? 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 Game day, right? Were you so excited because it was game day? Is that why you woke up at 3 o'clock this morning? You just had to go see games? You had to see LSU play? DD. He got a LSU football jersey. Can we talk some football with these people now? Mama. I love you. All right, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Drew's count machine. They love you and you count, bud. We gonna roll no trolling lines. All right. Special teams, LSU. Hey, Mark. So Mark McCarter, special teams for LSU Miami's got the edge. It's odd because both teams return their punters. Miami has Jeff Fiegel's kid, if you remember that, former NFL punter. And LSU, of course, has Von Rosenberg and Grouden back. Both return game will be interesting, I think. But as far as field goals, both teams have new kickers. And to me, I wrote my preview for the game, and I think that is the difference. I'll give. Hey, don't hit. No, don't hit the screen. Don't hit the screen. Don't. Hold on. What you doing? Mama. Hey, don't hit the screen, okay? That's a rule. Let's see. Miami is starting a true freshman place kicker, and LSU has Cole Tracy. So neither has attempted a kick at this level. So I do think that's interesting. Look, you saw it yesterday with Auburn's kid with Carlson. They got the Anders Carlson, Daniel's brother. And he looked good in spots. I mean, he made a 53-yarder. He missed a 54. He missed a 26-yarder, pushed it to the right, or 36-yarder, pushed it to the right. So, car? Are you saying cow car? Outside? Outside cow car? Well, that makes sense. All right, let's see. Brandy Hotar. Drew counts better than my uncle. Jason McKenzie, what's up, buddy? Let's see. Craig Schill in Louisville was getting in the backfield quite a bit. Early they were. Different kind of offense. Oh, so John asked what Saban did. If you go search, you'll find it. In the post-game on-field interview with Maria Taylor, the first question was, what did you learn about your quarterbacks? It was a completely legitimate question with a perfect tone. She did it perfectly. And he basically barked at her and he's like, you're trying to get me to say something bad about either one. I'm not going to do it, so quit asking me. And she just like Walter Sobchak in Big Lebowski just rolled through the rest of the interview. Good for her, man. I mean, I say this often, and I'm sure I'll say this on air this week, but because that'll come up. I think the boys' club of sports media needs more strong female voices. Whenever I hear them, I'm excited for the future of the profession, and I respect it so much because it's not an easy thing to do. To be a woman in what is a man's perceived as a man's game, right, in sports media. But there are so many women with powerful voices that I think bring a level of I want to say dignity, but like it can center men, right? Like you get in a room with 50 men and a bunch of like testosterone driven idiots. You add a a female into that room, and all of a sudden everyone shapes up a little bit. It's like, it's just true. I think sports media needs more of that. And good for Maria Taylor. I thought she did awesome yesterday. Let's see. Michael Moscona, what's up, dude? Did Clapp make the 53? He did. So Saints, congrats to Will Clapp. He made the 53-man roster, which was awesome to see. You want to go out? Okay. The Saints cut Rick Leonard, Natrell Jamerson, and Cameron Moore. Their 4th, 5th, and 6th round picks they cut. It was amazing. They kept Will Clapp, who made the 53, which was great to see. They cut Jonathan Williams, which was a surprise. The running back from Arkansas. I mean, many people, me included, assumed that he'd take, shoulder the load while Mark Ingram was out the first 4 weeks, but that goes to show you they love Boston Scott, and I'm thrilled for him, man. Local guy from Zachary who was awesome in this preseason, and he earned a spot, man, so that was really good. They cut Brandon Tate, the receiver, so Tommy Lee Lewis made the team, so good for him, man. We'll see if it sticks. I mentioned on the show, it's always worth mentioning, like, the roster. Oh, and Dan Arnold was the other surprise at tight end who made the team. But there's also, like, it never, ever fails. Guys make the 53 on Saturday, then teams look at the trash heap from the other 31 teams and decide which guys they may want. And so then they'll have to cut someone who made the initial 53 to add someone who got cut from another team. So that happens it's going to happen today. Like, there's going to be a player the Saints signed today from another team and cut a guy who made the 53 originally. So we'll see. Let's see. Trey Dykes, good morning. Good morning, it's game day. David Furr. Morning, by the way. Joseph Roy. Trivia, Auburn and Washington was a great game. It was. Tommy, opinions on Auburn. I shared a little bit of that. The thing that maybe surprised me that shouldn't was I felt like Auburn's running game was more efficient than I thought it would be, considering they replaced 4 senior linemen and, of course, their best 2 running backs from last year. So I don't see that big physical runner, but the kid who toted the rock for him yesterday was good burst, man. I mean, I could see it working, and then Stidham was great, man. You can tell why he's a big time prospect. So I think Auburn was good. I wish LSU played Auburn later in the season, man. I hate that they have to go to Auburn in 2 weeks, man. I don't think LSU's offense is ready to go to Jordan-Hare against that defense in 2 weeks. So maybe they go out today and they're spectacular and they surprise the hell out of me. I would love nothing more than to see that. But man, Auburn's defense was so good yesterday, man. But and so we've talked about so much with LSU, right? With the offense kind of struggling so far in camp against LSU's defense. LSU's defense is really good. They are, but look how good Auburn's defense is, and look how good Bama's defense is, and Florida's got a really good defensive line, and Mississippi State and Georgia. And it's like you go, like that's more the point. So anyway. Craig, let's talk LSU receivers and Sprite with high-priced whiskey. Craig's trying to piss me off this morning. I'm not taking the bait, Craig. I'm not taking the bait. For those who have not watched the show, I get annoyed talking about LSU's receiver play. And yesterday, a guy named Anthony told me that he mixed Diet Coke with his Angel's Envy finished rye, which you never do. I did have some of my Angel's Envy rye yesterday, by the way. It's over there. Tommy Childers, good morning. Brad Genre, good morning. Herb Hansis, good morning. Douglas Duhan, good morning. Let's see. Randy Quinn, Barbara Hiller, Sebastian, good morning. Let's see. Kieran, your thoughts on this LSU team not buying into this coaching staff? Cliff's notes, I think defense, the first defensive unit has potential to be really, really good. I'm curious about the depth, but I think LSU's defense is going to have to carry it. I wish Ed Ingram were back. I'd feel much better about the offensive line. Yeah. That was very sweet. Mom. Okay. Offensively, I don't think LSU has anything sort of solidified offensively. So it's a giant question mark. So I wish they were easing into the season instead of diving in with 2 top 10 games in the first 3 weeks. But it's just hand you were dealt, man. So go play it. Let's see. Seth DeVille, morning, Matt. I'm ready to see what these Tigers do. Time to shock the college football world. Man, they'd shock me. I'll tell you that much. I think they're going to win today. I do. I legitimately think they win a low-scoring game today. Let's see. West Shin. Auburn only made a field goal, moved the ball, and stopped. Michigan looked terrible. Yeah, Auburn's offense struggled in the red zone at times. Their red zone defense was fantastic. There were 3 times Washington was inside the red zone. I think came away with just 1 field goal. Michigan looked bad, in part because Notre Dame's front 7 was really good. Remember, Phil Steele on my show said that his sleeper to make the playoff this year was Notre Dame, and they looked the part yesterday, man. Not only defensively, remember they lost Mike Elko, the defensive coordinator at Texas A&M, and his protege is the new defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. But Brandon Wimbush and that offense looked good. I mean, against a really stout Michigan defense. Now they didn't do much. Notre Dame didn't do much offensively in the second half. But are you playing guitar? Were you playing guitar earlier? Why are you covering your ears? You blowing kisses to everybody? Drew have a favorite player other than Robert? Are you talking about like a Wheel of Fortune player or? Hey. Give a kiss. Thank you. That's so sweet. You want to sit in Daddy's lap? Okay. Come here. You can hang out. Gotta put the Boudreaux back up here. It's called product placement. Product placement. What are you doing? Huh?
Abba.
Airport?
Abba.
Depot?
Abba.
Poetry?
Abba.
Robert?
Abba.
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 Dancing Queen? ABBA? Baseball? Why are you hitting my hat? Hat. Football? Was that what you were saying? Was football? Can you say football?
Papa.
Football. Very good.
Mama.
Mama likes football sometimes.
Abba.
Nope. All right.
Abba.
Abba. Don't you hit that camera. You crazy kid. You crazy. West Shin says Tennessee might only win 3 games. I need to look at their schedule. They're bad, man. Tennessee's bad. 8-year-old student. I respect the Lebowski reference. Matt, when a coach acts like Saban did, how do you not laugh at them on the spot? Jay, there's a lot of people that are just intimidated, man, and that's what he's trying to do is intimidate the reporter, and that's why it was impressive by Maria in that spot on national TV, not expecting that response from him to hold her own, especially considering who it was. So good for her, man. Ryan Snaven snapped at Maria pregame as well. It's funny, he's got his the reporters that he like Tom Rinaldi. Typically, when Rinaldi is at a game, he's covering Bama's sideline because he has a good rapport with Nick, for whatever reason. But that's kind of the way it works. Let's see. Someone there asked me. I'm sorry. Comment just scrolled past. Janet asked about whiskey and wine. Yes. So as soon as clocks hit 00, I'm gonna come back. As soon as clocks hit 00, me and Jordy on Facebook Live, 90-minute post-game show, whiskey and wine. We will be drinking, and it's fun. So be here. Remember, as soon as clocks hit 0, fire up Facebook. Jordy and I will be there. We'll do like a 2-screen deal. Dallas Turner, good morning. Saints traded Devereaux. Well, yeah, someone asked, I can't believe that they cut Devereaux. They didn't. They traded Devereaux Lawrence to the Browns for a 7th-round pick. So, good. I mean, you had depth there and you were able to get value for him. Great. I love it. Matt, were you surprised the game day crew all picked Miami? No. I mean, Miami's favored and they're a top 10 team and LSU's got a ton of questions. It's what we've talked about so much. It's like LSU is like they're gonna have to surprise people. Like when you're making preseason projections, it's always about what you have returning measured against the schedule you're playing. And Miami returns a ton from their defense. They return 3 offensive linemen. They return their best running back, their top 2 receivers, their quarterback. Like LSU lost all of that. So I get it. Brian Arsenault, Harvard on the Bayou. I'll take your $650K plus expenses and the win. Boom. Loved it. Loved it. Seat. Okay. Jeremy Barbe, good morning. Hunter Picard, good morning, Matt. On my way back to the boot. Had to sleep in Clemson last night for work. Had to explain where the real Death Valley is. Go Tigers. They'll find out in a little bit, man. Tua is stupid good, like stupid good he was. Yes, Jacob. What time does pregame start? Marcus, we start at 1:30. So every week, 5 hours prior to kickoff. So 6:30 kick today. T-Bob and I start at 1:30 on 98 Eagle 98.1 and 104.5 ESPN and our stream. So our video stream. So how you watch us at our website or our app, same thing. Now we'll go for 3 hours. At that point, Eagle will go to the LSU Network pregame, and T-Bob and I will continue on ESPN in the video stream for another 2 hours. So we'll be on from 1:30 until kickoff. T-Bob and I will. So we'll look forward to seeing y'all. Let's see. Oh, chest hair. Jimmy Chest Hair's watching. How about it, dog? Congrats on your exciting family news, man. Good to see you there. Craig Savoy, good morning. Another journey begins indeed. Mark, Matt, have you tried TX whiskey? If so, did you like it? I have tried TX whiskey, and I did not like it at all. It was actually repulsive. So I hate to say that. I tried it because a buddy in Texas who does radio endorsed it for a little while. So I was like, I'll go by and support you. And it was not good. Sorry. Not sorry. Anthony isn't here this morning. I think he scared him off. That's the guy who mixed the Diet Coke with the Angel's Envy finished rye. But no, I don't think I scared him off. He'll be back. Corey asked, what's your prediction? I said, I think it's 20-17 LSU. I think it's a field goal game, and I think LSU will win it because I'll give an edge to Cole Tracy over the freshman kid from Miami. We'll see. But I picked LSU 20-17. I picked them all along, and I'm going to stick with it. So, Emil, stop with the negativity talking about opposing teams' defenses. The road to 11-1 starts tonight. I can't wait to see what. Hopefully, Terry is awake and jumps in here in a little bit. I am so fired up, though. Don Borg, Carl, what's up, Carl the Cat? Hope you had a good birthday yesterday. Nathan Nall, good morning. Who gets the most running back carries for the Tigers tonight? That's from James Coates. I'd go with Clyde. So here's how I think. Here's how I think the rotation will go. I think you'll have Clyde with 12 to 15. I think you'll have Brissett 8 to 10. And then I think Curry has like 3 to 5 carries in that range. So my guess on how it breaks down, but we'll find out. Golly, 192 comments I haven't gotten to. Jeez. Y'all are awesome, man. We're up to 111 people watching live. Thank y'all for watching, man. Let's see. I was shocked to see how bad Arizona played last night against BYU. I did not watch that. I did watch some of Arizona State, and the Fighting Herm Edwardses looked pretty good, man. I mean, I'm as skeptical as any about that, if that can work, but they looked all right, man. Scott Wheat, good morning. Tom Guidros, Colby Touye, K. Wayne, my boy. Adam Kennedy, good morning. So, hey, hang on. He's supposed to hang on. Hey, it's okay. Well, look, you closed yourself out. So Adam Penny, Drew's a future gymnastics star. Drew does on Saturdays. He does like special needs gymnastics. So it's funny. I post videos on Instagram. Y'all should follow my Instagram if you don't. He enjoys it. It's funny. Brian Perron, Nick Triforos. Good morning. All right, let's see. Tigers are going to run it up like Robert. Bring back Neck. This is fun. Ryan Fisher. I love game day. God, I'm so fired up about this, man. First time in a while. First game of the year won't be affected by weather. That's true, man. How about Nebraska last night? Oh, golly. And Tim Brando was going to be on the call for that. It's amazing how that happens, man. You wait all year and then that happens. But well. Let's see. Oh gosh, I scrolled all the way down. Sorry. Sorry, I'm getting back to him. Hang on. Sorry, y'all. There we go. Got him back. Madison Gilmore, good morning. You working today, Madison? I don't know if I'll see you for pregame. Let's see. Bring back the Chinese Bandits, if you know what I mean. That's how Tigers got to play. Game day. Felipe Franks look like a different quarterback. Vance McBroom. Talked about it a little bit ago, man. Now, Grant, I think they were playing Charleston Southern, but if anybody's surprised by Felipe Franks threw for 5 touchdowns. Let me see if I can get his line, his full line. But Franks was awesome, man. Again, Charleston Southern. It is absolutely worth mentioning that. Wow, he did that. Did y'all hear that? He was counting real quick. He just 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm proud of him for stuff like that. That's my boy. He's good job, Drew. I'm trying to find. God dog it. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that's top 25. That's what I'm not finding it. Anyway, sorry. Hang on. Let me get back to y'all's comments here again. I was trying to find Felipe Franks' line, but I think it was he threw 5 touchdowns. There you go. Dog it. Come on. Casey said, I'm glad LSU didn't get Tom Herman. That was a big... You know what, man? Like, what's so funny about that is, of course, everybody... You all know, like, I was very much pro Tom Herman, right? Like, I wanted LSU to get Tom Herman. And I still believe he's going to do great at Texas. He's obviously got a cultural change he's got to make, and he's got to figure out how to get his quarterback to stop turning the ball over late in games. But like, what's annoying to me, like, literally, is any time... Like, I'd be content as a Baton Rouge-based radio host never talking about Texas. Now, next year LSU plays in Austin week 1, so obviously we don't have to talk about that. But I'd be content never talking about Texas ever, or Tom Herman ever again. It's out of sight, out of mind. But every time Texas loses a game, you think that I'm the damn coach of Texas if you looked at my Twitter feed. Like, you would think that I am actually Tom Herman. I mean, it's insane the amount of just like dog shit people drop on my Twitter feed when Texas loses a game. But it's like, man, you're one game into year 2, and we'll see how it goes, man. They lost last year in the opening week and turned it around. Their record wasn't great, but man, they played really good football. They lost to 4 top 10 teams where they led late in the fourth quarter. They just couldn't close. So they couldn't close yesterday either. Eventually they're going to have to win those. But it's like, God, dog, man. Like, can you please stop tweeting me every time Texas... Like, I don't care that Texas lost the football game yesterday. I was more intrigued to see Matt Canada as a head coach and to see how, amid those circumstances with Maryland, where, interim basis, of course, the tragedy involving the death of a player... Like, that was more intriguing to me to see what Matt Canada's offense looked like if he was... By the way, he didn't do all the linemen shifting the whole game. It was really weird. Now, he did run a jet sweep in the end zone and they got safety, but went forward on his own 36, and Texas stopped him and then scored and took their first lead of the game. But they responded, They're good on him. All right, Kevin Graham, Cassidy Russo, good morning. Brad Vicknair, 21-17 Tigers, no turnovers, and the change stays in the pawn shop. We'll see, man. Trisha Brown, good morning, Miss Trisha. Why watch game day when you got Matt Ryan and Shaq making the picks? That's true. I'm curious who Terrio is going to get next week for our celebrity picker. For those that missed it, Ryan Terrier's job this year on AFR on Fridays, get a celebrity picker that will make College Game Day jealous. And College Game Day had Luke Bryan yesterday. We had Shaquille O'Neal. So, just saying. Anyway, if you missed that, if you missed Shaq on AFR, go back and listen or watch. Cajuns versus Convicts finna go down. The SEC Nation picked the Tigers except Tim Tebow. It's not surprising, right? I mean, people tend to go with their bias. Like, all the Miami media, I'm certain, are picking Miami. LSU media, most of them are going to pick LSU. National media, overwhelming is leaning Miami because they're favored. It's just, once you start playing some games, we find out more about these teams, you'll know more, you know? Like Kirk Herbstreit yesterday picked Tennessee to beat West Virginia. Clearly Tennessee is poo. Like they're a bad football team. Well, I don't think he's going to be picking Tennessee anymore. Mark said, how did Nichols beat Kansas? They beat him in overtime. Chase 4K threw the game-winning touchdown pass in overtime. Kansas sucks. And Nichols is actually a good FCS team. I mean, good on them. Tim Rebo has turned that thing around because Nichols was awful a few years back. Big win for Nichols. Good for them, man. Scott Sanchez, good morning. Dustin Russo, good morning. Craig, wait, what a mini chest there. Yeah, Craig. So Jimmy Chestair, James Harrelson, who used to produce the show, he and his wife a while back announced that they're expecting and announced just a couple days ago that it's a boy. So a baby chest hair indeed. Matt Canada beat the Longhorns yesterday. Yeah, talked about that. Let's see. Bo Diaz, good morning. Will you pump out a 4 a.m. morning Scone if LSU plays at 11 and pregame starts at 6 a.m.? Oh. That's a good question, Matt. You know what I'll do? You know what I'll probably do? All right, so that's a great question. If LSU plays at 11 a.m. this year, which I don't think they will, but if they do play at 11, it means we would start pregame at 6. You know what they probably do? They probably cut pregame an hour short and put an extra hour of postgame. We've done that before. So we probably start pregame at like 7, and then they just do an extra hour of postgame. But even still, what I'd probably do is I'd probably just fire up Morning Scone from studio while we're doing game day and just let y'all watch from this vantage point in studio for game day. That's probably what I would do. But that's what I did at SEC Media Days whenever. On the Monday of SEC Media Days, it was LSU's day. So I did like 30 interviews that day. And a lot of them were on Radio Row in the morning. So I just walked to Radio Row and I had this fired up. And when I would sit down with people, I would just plop my camera down and y'all would watch us do an interview about LSU. So that was Morning Scone that day. TJ Wiley, hey Matt, what are your predictions for today? How well do you think the new guys will fare tonight? I picked LSU. I'll keep saying it for those who maybe just joined us. I like LSU 20-17 tonight. I think it's a field goal game. Field position, defensive struggle, get points in special teams when you have the opportunity. And the new guys, how do you think they'll fare? I'm honestly most interested to see Clyde. And it's not just because he's a Calico guy, but I think LSU's got to be able to run the football, and I think he gives them their best chance this year, quite honestly. So I want to see how Clyde runs the ball against Miami because I think, especially Miami's linebackers and Johnson, their defensive end, and look, even Gerald Willis is still there. So they got some dudes up front. If you struggle to run the ball against this front, then I think you could look forward and say they're probably going to struggle against Auburn and against State and Georgia and Bama to run the ball too. So let me see how they run the ball tonight. That's probably what I know everybody wants to see Burrow. I want to see the defense. I think Burrow's, it's going to take time. I want to see the defense and I want to see LSU be able to run the ball. Let's see. Mark Allen, thanks for the heads up. Someone bought me some and I was wondering it tasted. Oh, that must be about the TX. Sorry. Hey man, just don't drink it first. Drink your good stuff first, and then when you get a little buzz rolling, then go to your lesser stuff. That's easy. Golly, man, these comments are awesome. I'm scrolling through them, getting late. Florida was damn. Brad says Florida was damn impressive yesterday. Frank's looked like a completely different car. Mana. Seat. Ow. Okay, he was just checking on us. So you know what the thing is though about Frank's at quarterback or any of Mullen's quarterbacks, the thing he does is scheme to get his quarterbacks easy throws. So last year when LSU played State, the book on Nick Fitzgerald was he's an inaccurate passer, which he was. But you look at his stats against LSU and they were sterling. The biggest play, like the backbreaker in that game, was that seam route where Fitzgerald kind of play fake, stepped up, and he hit the guy right streaking down back, like who ran a little empty route right down the middle of the field, nobody around him. So like Mullen set up that play with other, formations, and earlier in the game set up that play, but he got his quarterback an easy throw for a score. Like, that's what he does well. It's just that's what makes him a great offensive coach. Drew got his game day gear on. Not yet. He's still in his pajamas, but Erica bought him like a jersey and football pants set combo. So I think you'll probably have that on. That's it's funny. It's like that's an 18 jersey, but that fits him kind of tight, and it was the only size they had where it comes with a combo. And the pants fit like it's a 4, right? A 4T or whatever. So Erica actually found another jersey that fits him better. It's a 15. So I look forward to him wearing the 15 and kind of giving Hester some crap. Be like, hey, look, he's got Flynn's number on. Anyway. Let's see. Craig Schilling, App State almost repeated. Yep. For those that missed it, App State lost to Penn State in overtime. They led with a minute left. And Penn State drove right down and scored in the final minute of the game to tie it, sent it to overtime, and then App State lost in overtime. Disappointing. And you know what? You know what was most disappointing about that? The game was on Big Ten Network. Half the country doesn't have Big Ten Network. Like, just a quick deviation. Evidence of why it's not always great to go first. So, like, the Big Ten formed their network first, and, of course, their big issue was distribution. So the SEC got to look at that, learn from that, and figure out the best method and best model. And, of course, so the SEC network decided to pair with ESPN and have distribution where everybody could get it. So when they launched, every cable carrier in the world, every major carrier carried SEC network, so everybody can get it. And that's the problem with the Big Ten Network. You still have an issue where half the country doesn't get Big Ten Network. I have every sports tier. I don't get Big Ten Network. So, whatever. Adam said Haskins looked amazing. If they really were neck and neck for the starting job, we got a lot to look forward to. That's true. Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State, who beat out Joe Burrow. They scored 70. What did they score? 73, 77 last night, something like that. Or yesterday morning. They even had weather. I think they had the weather delay. Yeah, Ohio State had a weather delay too against Oregon State. So that's true, man. But you can also see why Haskins was so good. Hey, what's the matter? Hey, we're not gonna fuss. It's game day. Look, that's a rule. There's no fussing on game day. That's a rule, okay? You can't fuss on game day. Right? Give me a high five. Give me 5. Thank you. Love you. You can't. Bye. You saying bye?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cool. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay. Elevator? Seat. D. E. E. I don't know what you're trying to say. Are you just babbling? That's where Daddy puts his Boudreaux's mix. You gotta leave that. I had. What are you doing? Hey, crazy. What are you doing? Hey, it's game day. Hey, look, it's game day. You gotta be excited about game day, okay? Game day. Can you say, "Go Tigers"?
No.
Say, "Go Tigers." Tigers. Can you say, "Go Tigers"? Can you say that? Very good. He'll get the down. Today, Junior. Outside. We're going to go outside later. Yeah, we will. All right. Frame that up nicely. All right, here we go. God bless you all for tolerating that and just thinking that that's great. CC, what's up, man? Just saw Chris Carrier on here. Yeah, game day. Craig Pullman, good morning. Let's see. Pete says, I was so happy Texas lost. I'm telling y'all, when Texas loses, you would think I'm the coach of Texas. Frank stats, 5 touchdowns, 219, 66% completion. There you go. Russ Mitchell eats cat litter. Ellen Dietrich, good morning. Brandon Ray, good morning. Luke Bryant, never heard of him. Brian Robert. Let's see. Love how Maryland came out with the 10 players on the field. That was cool. They took the delay game and then Texas. For those that missed it, so Maryland started their game with 10 players on the field. They were one short intentionally in honor of Jordan McNair, the player who died, and so they got a delay of game penalty, and Texas declined the penalty. So it was a cool moment, a classy thing, obviously for Texas to do too. It was pretty cool. Russ Mitchell is a national treasure. I'll be sure to share that with him. Texas and Tennessee pizza. I don't know what that means, George. Good morning. I was here for the Drew show. Just kidding. He's been in, Chewy, many times. If we lose Coach O, our next head coach will be Lane Kiffin. I don't think that's going to happen. Kathy Hernandez, good morning. Matt, better load up on coffee for that 4 a.m. spot. No, thank you. LSU did the same thing last year on the first offensive play. Well, the difference is it was intentional yesterday for Maryland though. No, that's not. You're talking about the jet sweep. You're talking about the jet sweep, yeah. Is Terrio going to start putting on headgear for the game of the week final pick? Not a bad idea. I don't know how you get the headgear though. You know what I mean? Unless he's going to pick LSU every week, so I guess he could go to like the LSU cheerleading squad and ask him if he can get a Mike the Tiger head. That's not a bad idea. William Barry, what time are you and T-Bob going on air? What station? 1:30? Every week, 5 hours prior to kick. I know I'm repeating myself for those of you who are watching, but this is actually a good lesson in how audience turns over. Every week, 5 hours prior to kickoff. So 6:30 kick today, we're on at 1:30. And we're on both Eagle, 98.1, and 104.5 ESPN, and you can watch us on our over-the-top video stream. So you go to our website or our app, and you can watch us there as well. So we're on for 5 hours right up to kickoff. Russell Javons, good morning. Kevin Toller, Les is going to be reunited with Jeff Long. That's interesting. If they fire David Beatty at Kansas, would they hire Les? Man, Adam, I hope not, man. Honestly, I want, like, Les don't need to coach anymore, man. I know he wants to, but this is 2 years now. He's out of the game. The start of the second full season he's been out. Les is out there living his best life, man. Doing Dos Equis commercials and going to concerts and acting and lost weight. And it's just, like, he doesn't have the stress. He can go see his kids play ball. Like, he's 60. Les will be 64 this year. I mean, just, you know what I mean? Anyway. Logan, hey, buddy, how old will Chester's little boy be before he turns your mic off for the first time? That's not funny. What SEC team looked best last night, MSU or Bama? MSU looked great. Considering competition, I'd go Bama. I mean, at least they were playing a Power 5. I mean, the team, like, the most impressive, obviously, has to be Auburn. Because Auburn beat a top 10 team. And their defense looked awesome. So I'd probably go Auburn. But Bama's offense is... And look, I mean, Bama replaced their entire secondary. And they were freak shows. I mean, the only reason Louisville scored in that game last night, if you watched it, Bama was off the field and Christian Miller got like a personal foul for, like, he pushed a lineman, gave him 15 yards, and then 2 plays later, Louisville was in the end zone. Stupid. Anyway. Jesse O'Neal, Clyde, Curry, Marshall, Chase, and Joseph, top young players that will show some stuff tonight. I mentioned before, Clyde's the one. I'm curious to see how much Curry plays. I don't think, considering the stage, I don't think they want to go throw Curry out there in this. Next week, home against Southeastern, I think you load up and you try to see what he can do. But in this one, I think you go with the guys that are just more veteran that you trust. And if that's Clyde and Brissett, because they've been around longer, I think you run with them. I do think Kelvin Joseph is going to start at corner. Maybe it'll be 22, maybe it'll be Fulton, but I think Joseph starts, but they both play. And then the receivers, it just kind of depends on the sets. I think the guy with the most to prove is Giles because they've hyped him a bunch, but every time we've had the opportunity to see it, he hadn't really done it. So I'm interested to see the passing offense tonight. But I think more relevant to the team's success is their ability to run the ball. Like they got to be able to run the ball. Brad Jarrow, good morning. Let's see. Jamie, TX with Diet Coke would be acceptable. That's true. That would be. If you wanted to take some TX and put it with Diet Coke, that's acceptable. But still, TX is like 30. What's TX? Like $40, something like that. Go buy yourself a $15 bottle of nothing. Kyle Gallo. My wife is an Ohio State girl. Yesterday I hit her with Ohio State's beating Oregon State. Like, oh, that's not. Yeah, that's not. That's Kyle. That's never going to be okay, man. It's not okay to make wife beater jokes ever. Like domestic violence jokes. It's not. No, let's not go there. Steven Scone, how do you think the O-line will fare tonight? All right, so I'll put it to you this way. Here's what I'll tell you to keep an eye out for. Your best lineman is Sadiq Charles, left tackle. You got a question at right tackle with Traora and McGee, whoever it's going to be. But as I mentioned, you can always give help with a tight end. Okay, I mean, if one of those guys is struggling, you can always give help. The bigger question for me is on the interior. Can Lloyd Cushenberry, as Mike D says, prevent them from blowing up the launch pad? And then you got Brumfield and Lewis at guards. You really like Lewis. Brumfield's returning starter there and all. Can Cushenberry hold down the center of that line and prevent Burrow from getting pressure in his face and prevent Miami from getting a push right up the gut and stifling the run game? That's what I would look for. Russell, who was the most impressive team yesterday? I mean, Bama. But Bama's the obvious answer. But they were. Oklahoma too. I mean, they destroyed FAU. Kyler Murray looked awesome. Their defense actually looked good, which is a change for Oklahoma. Carl is Harbaugh on the hot seat. They've got so much invested in him, man. Like, would they give him an 8-year deal, all that money? Like, they just got so much invested in him. So, no, he's not on the hot seat. Kevin, are you worried about any specific players on the defensive side of the ball when it comes to the new targeting penalty? Now, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. I guess you always worry about guys from the secondary coming up and making hits. So, you'd look at the safeties, I guess, but not really. I think that's just something where you try to coach it and you play it smart. You have to share Drew's game day attire. I don't know if Erica left. Well, y'all sit tight. I'll show you. I'll tell you what. Sit tight. I'll go show you his jersey. Sit tight. One second. I saw you. He saw him walk down. He was running in here to get in the camera. So here's his jersey. He's got a little 15. Had it monogrammed with Team Drew on the back. So that's his little jersey. And he's got the football pants, but she doesn't have those out today. She just has these like gold Old Navy pants. So this is his game day outfit for today, for game one. Drew's game day outfit. Well, believe me, there will be plenty of pictures posted. Plenty of pictures. My wife takes a million pictures. Mom is sleeping. Mom. Drew, for those who are just joining us, Drew woke up today at 10 to 3. We got him back down to sleep, and then he was up at 6 a.m. Hi. You want to see? Stand right here. You can see. Mom. I love you. Are you ready for game day? Can you say go Tigers? Go Tigers. Go Tigers. He's fired up. Let's see. Robert Boudreaux. Matt, do your blessing to mix any kind with Coke, but it definitely should not be diet. I don't know what you're saying there. Matt, do your blessing to mix any kind with Coke, but it definitely should not be diet? All right, Robert. If I come with no judgments, right? If you want to, if your sensibilities is you want to mix bourbon and Coke, cool. Diet, Sprite, Coke, whatever. I don't care. What I don't want you to do is go buy a high-end whiskey and mix that with Coke. That's like going to Ruth's Chris and saying, "Give me a steak well done and put ketchup on it." Well, if that's what you want, just go get a hamburger. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine if you want. If that's what you want. Just go spend $10 and get a hamburger. Don't go spend $50 on a steak where you want to enjoy the marbling and the flavor. You know what I mean? Like in the temperature of it matter. Like if you just want like a charred piece of beef, go get a $10 hamburger. You know what I mean? So if you just want a cheap buzz, don't go buy a good bottle of whiskey and pour Coke in it. Like go buy a $15 bottle of Jack and get nuts. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna go buy something good, enjoy it. Like enjoy the flavor and the nuance and the different flavors of the aging process and what makes it distinct. That's my point. Hope that helps. All right, Ben, hearing a lot of predictions for low scoring defensive struggle, but the over-under is on 47. Brad, I have no idea. Like to me, so we have to give right. So I write for the Action Network now, and I'm not like a betting prognosticator, but they allow us to give our best bets of the week. And for me, I picked Bama yesterday, of course. Easiest bet of the week. Bama playing a neutral site opener, just take your mortgage and throw it on there. And then the other was for the LSU game. I was like, hey man, I wouldn't bet the spread, but the under is the play. It's got to be. Like I can't understand where they're getting the number at 48. I don't think this is a game in the middle upper 20s. Maybe we're all surprised by it, and both offenses end up performing better than we thought. But that would surprise me very much. I think your total is more around. Like I picked it 2017, so I think the total is more around upper 30s. I think it's 10 points off. But then again, I'm just dude sitting here talking about the game, right? Lauren Broadhurst, Glenn Crowdis. Oh, thanks, Glenn. He said, you're so awesome with your son. Thank you. It's very, very kind. Josh Guidry, Nichols. We talked about Nichols earlier, man. I'm fired up for him. Jay, I'm hoping Drew wrecks the set at least one. Jay, if you missed the start of the show today, you'll have to go back when we post it. Like, right out the bat, I'm like saying hello, and Drew walked in and just crashed the phone. It was fun. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Adam Cutcher. Hey, Aunt Nancy, good morning. Good morning from McKinney, Texas. What's up, Steve Wall? Good on you. Jeffrey Bone, good morning. Jay, that's the lock of the century. Can we get a... Oh, somebody locked himself out. Hang on. Hey. Crazy. We're still at 100 people watching this. Appreciate y'all. Whoa. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't. Oh, stop. Don't crash my phone. Stop. Don't crash my phone. Okay, fine. You crashed my phone. Okay. You got it. That's hilarious. You crashed the phone, little boy. You crashed the... Daddy. Seat. You crashed the phone. CC. Okay, you ready for the show again? He's ready. Sorry, this is extreme close-up. All right. Hang on. Okay, dude. Okay, no. Look, Daddy's going back. Hey, I had to frame the shot for you to mess up again. I had to frame the shot for you to mess it up. Don't touch the... Just don't touch the screen, buddy. You can do whatever, just don't touch the screen. Okay. Like y'all literally do watch this. Just go watch your show. Get out of here. Hey, you, get out of here. You do watch this. Many of y'all do watch this just so they'll wreak havoc. Hey, you.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Daddy has to finish talking to these people. And you keep slapping. Cow car. All right, let's see. Who will be the sponsors for Whiskey and Wine? So, thank you for asking, Mark. The Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, 753-1234. I'll have, so my camera, my shot will be sponsored by Aesthetic Medicine, and Jordy will have his sponsor. I just don't know who it is, so forgive me for that. But, yeah, Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Hormone replacement therapy, so many other great products and services I'll tell you all about. We'll tell you much more. And glad to have them aboard. Baton Rouge and Lafayette. Go check them out. All right, move that over a little bit. Looks like we misframed that shot a little bit. Or did I move it the wrong way? It's got to go that way. Sorry. Anyway, whatever. All right, let's see. Got 128 comments. My goodness. Who's the one person... Wait. Who's the one person we should be watching tonight to have breakout games? I'll keep saying, I know everybody wants to see Burrow, and I totally get it, quarterback, all that stuff. For me, it's Clyde. I think he's the guy that needs to have the breakout season offensively. Petey Kern, proud of my Colonels last night. No doubt, man, that was fun to watch. I didn't watch it, actually, but it was fun to see the final. Auburn looked good. Go Drew. Love the jersey. They love your jersey. Hey, what's the matter? Oh, did your show end? Hey, I'm trying to talk. Car? Yeah, I hear you. Show's not over. Okay, let's talk to these people, okay? We're cruising, bud. Man, we've been on for an hour, dude. Oh, my goodness. It's been an hour. Sad to see Keaton Thompson throw for 5 touchdowns in his first start. Well, Keaton Thompson started the bowl game. Remember, Fitzgerald got hurt. And he looked really good in the bowl game, too. Hat? Is Drewby wear the hat? Hat. Daddy wear the hat. Does Drew wear the hat? Hat. Kid won't wear hats. He doesn't want anything on his head. Sensory thing. Hey, let's show him Drew wear the hat. Does Drew wear the hat? Nope. Daddy wears the hat, right? Daddy wears the hat. Okay. All right, let's see what else people want to say. Was sad to see. Oh yeah, saw that one. 15 is my new favorite. Andrew Bear, good morning. Beth DeVille. Hey, Beth, good morning. Kristen Pellegrin, we have the 18 cheers. Hat. Drew wear the hat. And Daddy wear the hat. We do. It's hilarious. You can heckle Hester with the 15. I absolutely will. I'm going to take pictures. Turkey 101, the splash. All right. Do you think Penn State is ranked too high? You know, David, so it's kind of the point, right? With preseason rankings and stuff, it's you go based on what you think you know. Now they lost Joe Moorhead, they lost Saquon Barkley, they lost a ton off their defense, but they got they got McSorley back, and they got James Franklin. And so you kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but, you know, they struggle. So is that just like a, what, baby? Hold on, what's the matter? What happened? Your show's still on. Hey, can you tell Daddy what you want? No more monkeys? You want no more monkeys? Okay, I don't know what he wants. But David, to answer your question, yeah. I mean, are they ranked too high? Probably at this point. I mean, based on the small sample we have of 1 week, yeah. You need overtime to beat Appalachian State at home? Yeah, you're not a top 10 team. Brian Robert, Coach O, Robert is very capable, constant. He's very tremendous at solving the puzzle. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Andrew, have you ever had TX blended? Yes. Talked about that a little earlier. Andrew, not a fan. Jerry, Matt, have you ever tried Four Roses? Dude. Single barrel. Barrel strength, limited edition. Come on, bro. Have you ever tried? Come on. Outside. This one my cousin hooked me up with. And it's divine. Don't you do it. Why do you wait till I get up to go wreak havoc on this thing? Look, hold it up. Okay. Yeah. You're an opportunistic little fella, aren't you? You wait till Daddy's up walking around showing off his whiskey. Let's see. Troy, Danny, Shannon, good morning. Joel Cunningham, looks like a literal hurricane is coming around next home opener. Oh, really? That sucks. Stephen Menard will be opening my bottle of Angel's Envy finished rye today. Thanks for the recommendation. Enjoy it, dude. I usually will take one ice cube and drop it in there. If you want to go rocks, you can. But it's good, man. Golly, it's good. That Angel's Envy finished rye is very, very good. Had some yesterday. Troy Crochet, good morning. Josh Jalros says 24-10 LSU. If LSU wins by 2 touchdowns, man, I will be stunned. God, I hope they do. Jeez, man. If they win 24-10, I'd be tickled. It's so hard to see that happening. I mean, I guess it could, but I think you're more likely to see, if LSU's a 3-point dog, they win by 4. When they score a touchdown, overcome that, win by 4. But man, like I could see a 24-20. But does Miami put together 4 scoring drives? Maybe so. All right, let's see. We're going to get through these more. God, we've been on here more than an hour already. But it's game day. I don't care. Fired up for it. Glad to be talking to y'all. Let's see. Now y'all just laughing at Drew Scone. And here he comes again. Yeah, these are all just laughing at. It's all just laughing at Drew. Hey. Car. Drew's wrecking shop. All right, Tigers defensive goals, better the Colonels, 6 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, gave 56 on the ground. That's a good day, man. Andrew Bear, Saban got defensive in the postgame interview. Talked about that earlier too. I thought Maria Taylor did awesome. I thought she handled herself like a total pro. And I can understand Saban wanting to defend his guys, but to bark at a completely legitimate question asked in the right tone was off color, man. That was bad look for Nick Saban. Great look for Maria Taylor. She handled it perfectly. Adam, so is the getting up and down warm up for you before you go traction over the workout? Kind of feels like it sometimes, man. Jake said, I wish you were my dad, Matt. Step 1 is admitting you have a problem. What are you talking about, the bourbon? No way, dude. It's not a problem. It would be a problem if it's affecting your life, but it's a hobby, man. I enjoy sipping different things and trying different things, and and collecting. A lot of it's hard. It's just stuff that's really hard to find. So the chase is part of it as well. Finding rare bottles and enjoying it, man. Enjoying it with family and friends. Ninja Drew, Brooklyn Melanson. Good morning, Danny. I like you call people's full names, but just Danny. Makes me feel like Norm from Cheers. But you know what, Danny? It's probably because I don't know how to say. Is it Brabham or Brabham? I'd go Brabham. 2. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Yay! Good job, bud. Hey, we're almost done with the comments. And then we're going to save it. Hey! We're almost done. Huh? Seat? Here you go. All right. Let's wrap it up, y'all. Couple more things, of course. Boudreaux's Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Hope y'all go pick it up. If they don't have it where you shop, ask them to carry it, or just log on boudreauxmix.com and you can buy it. It'd be a huge help. We appreciate Boudreaux's, Darren in the game, and they sponsored this for 120 episodes or so. Anyway, so appreciate them so much, and y'all can like their page and buy some Boudreaux's. That would help. So thank you. Today, 1:30 pregame, me and T-Bob on Eagle 98.1 and 104.5 ESPN, and our video stream as well. So we'll be on 5 hours prior to kickoff every game day. And then remember, after the game ends, clocks hit double zeros, me and Jordy for Whiskey and Wine post-game show on Facebook Live. So we'll go from our Facebook pages. We'll do split screen for those who didn't see it last year. And we'll share it to the ESPN page. I'll share it to my page here. So if we're not friends on Facebook, I think I explained this yesterday. I think we have to originate it from our personal accounts, and then we'll share it to all these pages. So hopefully you'll share it as well. But yeah, looking forward to that, and that's fun because I got to decide what I'm going to sip on. It's an interesting decision for today. If they lose, it's going to be something very bad. Saving a Dr. Pepper in the mass production edition aluminum can for kickoff. Might blend with frozen water to kick it up a notch. Attaboy, Mike. Chuck Sanchez, Dale Crochet. Let's see. Matt, since you're doing the whiskey thing, when will you dabble in cigars? I do dabble in cigars, as a matter of fact. If you look up there, next to the Catholic High mini helmet, is a mini humidor up there. Am I pointing at it? Yeah, right there. So, I do. I dabble. Dabble. What running back will have a great game? Clyde. That's my guy. Hunter Picard put pressure on Miami quarterback. They lost their backup. Yeah, the freshman is in. For those that missed it, that was news that broke yesterday. The freshman quarterback is they're sitting him out for violation of team rules. Does Ed run a jet sweep as an FU to Canada? Well, remember, Ed's not calling the plays. Steve is, and I don't think they would do it though. Most impressive team in the SEC other than Bama, I would go Auburn. Their defense yesterday was awesome, and I think they got a stud in Jarrett Stidham. And it's considering who they played. Both Florida and Mississippi State were really good yesterday, but they played poo-poo teams. So let me see it against somebody better. Brabham, like crab then ham. Brabham. So do you say Brabham? Like it's you enunciate the H. It's not Brabham. You go Brabham. Danny Brabham. Okay, Danny Brabham. I'd say Brabham, like grab 'em, but Brabham. Oh, but I'll go Crabham, Danny Crabham. It almost sounds like a nickname. Hey, it's Danny Crabhands out here. He's acting like you're walking around with claws pinching people. Hey, Danny Crabhands. Yeah, I turned you into an Italian. Hey, this is Danny Crabhands out here. So is Etling done after getting cut by the Patriots? I'm sure he'll sign to the practice squad, Carl. But he was never going to make the 53. Let's see. Stanley Messett. All right, I think we're Drew Carey's man. Adam, what beer should I drink for the game? Cold ones? Something cold that you like. Cold beer. Cold. Christopher Merrill. All right, let's see. I think we're wrapping up, guys. Open them another time. All right, let's see. How does Fat Joseph start at cornerback tonight? I think that's supposed to be Kelvin Joseph. Is he Fat Joseph? Is that what you're going? Yeah. I think he starts. I think he does okay. All right, y'all. That's going to do it. What a show. We're going over the hour mark. I'm sure this is going to set a record for most views on Morning Scone. I'm fired up for it. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the share button. Appreciate you greatly. Buy some Boudreaux's. Go Tigers tonight. I like LSU 2017. And we'll certainly talk tomorrow on Morning Scone. But, man, you got plenty of me until then. Pre-game show starting at 1:30. Jordy and I are back with Whiskey and Wine. And we'll look forward to that. In the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow on Morning Scone.